Hey you guys, how's it going? It's Beginnings here. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend so far. Today's video is going to be on some Lumburr. It's been a while since I released a Lumburr video. He was actually, I think, like the first real video I released on this video, even though it had no commentary. We're not going to talk about that, don't worry. Like I mentioned, we're playing some Lumburr today, and today's build that I have for Lumburr is a prime example of what I mean when I say that every build that I give you guys is situational. The only reason I am building so armor heavy and so anti-ADC is because they have a Lindis and a Morin. And so you kind of just have to build accordingly at that point, right? So with two ADCs, I build armor boots, I go Aegis, and I get Mail of Pain, and those are all very, very good at shutting down Lindis and Morin. More so Lindis than Morin. Mail of Pain is probably one of the best items against Lindis, on top of the armor boots. I think they're called Sonic boots. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, okay. So we did start on the same side of the map as our jungler just because they have an ARM, and I wanted to make sure that the enemy ARM wasn't going to be invading our Nacroth and causing him any trouble. For some reason, my Liliana flickers there, even though ARM has used her only ability that actually does damage. I don't know, it was very interesting, especially after I gave her that shield. So we're just making our way towards the same side of the map as our jungler. Unfortunately, I do not have my dash up, so I cannot provide much help in terms of CC, but I can beat on some people and also hit them with my A. I go ahead and jump over this wall and knock up the Lindis, following up my Nacroth. We start the game off with the solid 3 kills. That was definitely mostly my Nacroth. I'm not even gonna try to front on that one. I did not help too much there. Here, I'm going to help the Florentino clear his lane so we can deny some gold to the enemy team, and then I'm going to start up the Sentinel because I have a feeling that my Nacroth is just going to come down to the Sentinel immediately after trying to push out mid-tower. You see my camera did that weird stuff again. Somebody told me that it's because I'm playing with my charger plugged in. I don't know how true that is, but if it is true, then shout out to that guy. You know who you are. I can't remember your name right now. I'm sorry. I'll try better next time. So we make our way up towards top side. Nacroth's blue is up on this side of the map, and also the dragon. And I guess Nacroth managed to invade that red buff. I really wasn't in the position to do too much to help. He actually full dives that Lindis and actually manages to get a kill, which is pretty feels good. I get a double knock up here, but unfortunately I do not have enough mana for my ultimate, so I will not be able to finish off the Morn with that one. You see, even though I'm out of the fight, I'm trying to stay near my allies, especially the squishy ones, because of that buff that I get. It's really strong. It's like, I think right now at this point in the game, it's like at least 100 armor and MR, which is basically like 2 free items, right? So definitely something to keep in mind. You should, and it's super underrated as Lumburr, or like against Lumburr. His passive is insane. And this game I will be building towards the shield item just because the enemy team has an ARM, and with my 2 shields from my second ability and from the active item, it's a really good way of shutting down the ARM. So not only am I shutting down their ADCs by building the items that I am, but I'm also like shutting down their assassins too, if you think about it. For some reason, Yenna is all the way top and Arum is all the way bot. So that kind of just puts them in an awkward situation. I think it allows us to just absolutely take control over the side of the map. With a Yenna that's, you know, not very fed at all. I actually managed to land a very good ult there. I knock up the Lumia. Unfortunately, the Yenna does not fall, but Arum will in her wake, where I don't know how I was going to say that. Talon is definitely overstayed. She should have just gone back to clear her wave. I guess I kind of debated her by throwing down that ultimate and making it look like we wanted to fight there. So we lose a top tower, but it's fine really. Side lanes aren't exactly like the end of the world when you lose them, especially since we're so ahead in gold right now and in kills. I'm not really gonna stress about it too much. It's her rotation was worth because we got 2 kills out of it and a ton of pressure. Here, I just dive in to make sure that I'm going to be giving both of my teammates a shield, and I see that they don't finish it, so I'm just going to go ahead and flicker forward and catch that Lindis out with the last little tip of my ultimate. Here, there's really nothing I can do. I am just going to try to buy some time for my team so that they can actually escape. Nakaroth does fall as well, but Florentino will be going back in, and he dances around for a few seconds before he inevitably falls too. So we definitely overstayed there. We probably shouldn't have tried to push that as much as we did. I don't know how Tell actually died to the Morin, but it is okay because Liliana is there to clear that wave. Since Liliana is top, I am going to be making my way towards the blue buff since I have some backup to go ahead and check on it. We catch him doing the blue and go ahead and push him off of it. Nakaroth catches mid lane, which is very smart of him, and I just try to hold the buff for him so it does not reset, and we're wasting as little time as possible. The enemy team does get Dragon, but it is okay. I've talked about this many times before. Dragon is really not worth much. I'm just going to be kind of dancing around in this pit until my ult comes back up. For some reason, Talanis decides she's going to flicker over and try to ult both the Lindis and the Morin. It doesn't really work out, and she ends up just wasting her flicker and her ult. But yeah, I respect the ambition, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. So I accidentally started my recall and then stopped it right after, but I'm gonna have to stop it again here because somebody has to catch this wave. My ult is up right now, so I figure why not. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out especially since I am going to be going back right now anyways, once the wave is for sure cleared. You see, I almost do the same thing, and for some reason, Yena's A pops up underneath me. That was kind of trippy, right? That wasn't just me. I wasn't seeing things. Yena's A, or not her A, her B, her second ability, appeared beneath me. That was the second time this game that's happened. I don't know, it kind of tripped me out. I don't know if I mentioned this actually, but this game is actually pretty long. You see Liliana gets absolutely massacred by that Yena, unfortunately. I could not walk up too far, especially not into that bush. We were just missing vision on that side of the map, or just missing control over that side of the map, especially since our jungler is topside and our bot was kind of being pushed in. I wanted to help this Florentino a little bit with this Yena, but we're not able to really catch her out. I wish Florentino had actually stayed and cleared that wave, and then we just have priority over the entire top side of the map. But because he doesn't clear that wave, he actually has to go back, and it just splits us up even more. We do chunk out the Aram quite a bit, which is really good. That means that we now have an opportunity to kind of push it on mid a bit. But then we see that Morin is crazy overextended. He is way past the side of the map that he should be on. So we're just going to go ahead and help out our team a little bit by throwing down an ultimate. We pop his death sickle, and then he falls. And we save the tower, which is great for us. Mid doesn't even fall. In fact, we just got a free pick, guys. Woo. Sure, they get a dragon for it, but dragon, like I have said a million, bajillion, quadrillion times before, it's not worth much. I just go ahead and dash in to give them that little knock-up and also help my Florentino out a little bit with a shield. We managed to actually wipe 4 people there. I don't know who popped off that fight, but it sure as hell was not me. Lindis is walking up to try to defend this tower, and I will just go ahead and dash onto her, knock her up, and ult her. She will fall shortly thereafter. Now, Morin is the only person up left to defend. I go ahead and dash at him. He gets chunked really low. Talanis was tanking the tower, so I give her a pretty nice little shield, and we're going to make our way towards bot side, where we can take this tower as well as clear out their entire bot side jungle. This is how you snowball leads, guys, is you push your advantages. We knew that we could fight them and win, so we took that fight, and then from that one fight, we got a mid tower, we got their bottom side jungle, and we got a bot tower. That is a lot of resources to take off the map. Oh, and we got their red buff. I think I just saw Nakaroth and Liliana there. It's possible that maybe Lindis got it, but still, 2 buffs and 2 towers off of 4 kills. Imagine, guys, that is how fast-paced Arena of Valor is, and I don't think people really recognize that one mistake can cause like a punishment from the enemy team that will completely turn the tides of the game. So there, I was mostly just getting vision for the Talana so she can clear that wave safely. I had a feeling that there wasn't really anybody else up there anyways, so it's fine. I want Florentino to push top so we have pressure in the top lane, and then once the enemy team rotates to clear that lane, we have advantage over the bottom side of the map, which happens to be where the Dark Slayer is. Morin walks up way far. I do manage to take him out with my ult flicker, just like that. Lindis, Yenna dives in, but she is way out of her league. She is not that strong, so she will die as well. The entire enemy team was busy trying to kill the Florentino, who managed to live with just a sliver of HP. Works out really good for us. The only issue now is that we are kind of at a stale point with our waves. We should have been able to take a Dark Slayer immediately off of those 2 kills, but Florentino and Nakaroth have other ideas. They want to push the top tower, even though the enemy team with their 3-up will be able to defend that. Instead, my team starts the Dark Slayer about 20 seconds too late. I think we will still be able to finish it though, especially since Morin kind of walks into me. I guess he just didn't see me. He will fall here in just a second. Florentino gets knocked kind of low with the Morin ult and the Illumia ult, but I have a shield for him, so he doesn't worry too much. I'm pretty low right now. Yenna jumps in, but doesn't achieve really anything. She has to flicker out even. Arum still hasn't used her ult, so it's definitely something to keep in mind for my team. Florentino is doing I don't know what. I guess he's just kind of walking around, but with this dragon we can try to pressure this tower. I'm just gonna go ahead and go up and throw my ult down for a sort of zoning and hope that I can create some space for my team to take this tower. Talanis though is not having any of it. In fact, she's gonna go ahead and walk into their topside jungle and try to take that. Arum gets the Florentino with an ultimate. Yenna knocks me down, or knocks me back, and then knocks me up until I am eventually burned down by the Morin. Talanis also dies here as well. Here, I thought that the game was going to be over, but actually, you know, I'm not going to ruin it. I thought the game was going to be over right here. I honestly thought that they would be able to end the game because they have 2 ADCs. And I'm telling Tel that she needs to push towers because she was in their jungle while our dragon was beating down mid. If she was helping with that when we were creating some space, we potentially could have gotten a high ground tower. Thankfully, me and Florentino do manage to save this game. I go ahead and dash in and also get a 3-man knockup on the Lindis, Arum, and Morin. The Morin is burned down almost immediately by the Florentino, and Arum ults the Florentino, but then falls because she is stuck in the middle of the 3 of us, and we will not be able to finish off the Lindis or the Illumia. But with 3 down, that gives us a lot of free reign over this map right now. I have my ult up in 5 seconds. I'm trying to do my best to protect that bottom wave because I have a feeling that they are going to be trying to clear it. Thankfully, Illumia is using her abilities on me instead of on the wave, and like I said before, just creating as much space as possible. I want this wave to be nice and healthy for us to push down this bottom high ground tower. Lindis does the same mistake as before and walks up way too far. Unfortunately, my team is not in the position to kill the Lindis, but I do live with just a little bit of HP. Yenna dies, Lindis has to reset, I have to reset, and we got a bottom high ground tower. That was the reverse throw. That was we threw and then they threw, so then now we're back on top. So yep, let's try to win this game now. Morin is really low. Florentino cannot finish him off, but that's okay because that means that Morin is now out of the fight. He is forced to attack the jungle monsters to try to stack and also to heal. I know we have a mid wave coming, I know we have a top wave coming, but we cannot defend that top tower because it's just too weak and the wave top is just too big. After clearing mid is when we go ahead and make our way towards top, try to create a little bit of space for our team to go ahead and clear those minions. Arum is way too far up and I recognize that she is overextending, so I just go ahead and throw my ult down, cut her off her path of escape, and make sure not to kill my teammates when the Arum ults her. Cough, 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 guys. please do not murder your squishies when your Aram ults them. Just stop attacking. Yenna is in another pretty awkward position, but so is Morin. I managed to tag him with just a little end bit of my knockup, and he falls before my ult even goes off. The Aram and Yenna are both dead. The only people left alive to defend are the Illumia and the Lindis. Now I have an idea of what the Lindis is going to try to do, and I'm just trying to, 1, stop her back, and 2, prevent her from potentially ending the game. You see, I am just wasting her time, making sure that she is not able to get anything here. Florentino meets me back at the base. I get a knockup onto her, and Florentino will finish her off. We save the towers, and unfortunately, Tell does not end the game. In fact, she dies and wastes her revive item, and there's no minions under the wave. And with Aram back, Talanis is too afraid to end the game. In fact, I don't think she would have been able to anyways. It's okay though, we can just clear out the entire topside jungle and also take this nice little enraged abyssal dragon. It's really good for our team because we kind of want to fight. We have a Florentino, we have a Talanis, we have a Nacroth, and a Lumburr for the engage. So it's looking really good for us right now. In fact, I think we can potentially go for this Darkslayer as well, especially once I see that the Aram and the Morin start making their way towards topside. They see the Nacroth pushing in top lane, being a good split pusher, and they immediately go to answer, and that is when I know that we can go for this Darkslayer. I ping Rally, but I do not go to tank it just because I think that one of them could be around and they could potentially steal it. Better safe than sorry, especially when your jungler is not on the objective with punish. So it would be really hard for us to 100% confirm the kill on the Darkslayer without a punish. And so again, just making sure I am making as much space as possible. Lindis immediately dies because she is way out of position. She's stuck without a bush. She's like a fish out of water. I honestly thought the Aram was going to try to go over the wall there, and I figured I could hit both of them. I immediately start channeling my recall because, again, better safe than sorry. I know nobody else is going to attempt to recall, and I can actually stop the Morin, but it wasn't even necessary. The game ends there. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video as much as I did making it. Please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.